We start this morning by attempting to answer a burning question that most Runeterra players have. Is Vlad still bad? Vlad here has had a few different reworks. His most recent rework changed it so when he attacks, he only deals 1 damage to everything to the right of him in combat. This is a change from previously always dealing 1 damage to absolutely everything, because this gives you a little bit more control and finesse over which of your units he's hitting and which isn't. So if you have things on 1 life, for example, you can avoid having him kill your own things and still attack with them. In addition to Vlad's rework, though, we also got the Scargrounds as a landmark in the most recent expansion, which works very well with Vlad. So whenever an ally survives damage, grant it 1 attack and tough. One thing I really like about this particular build that's been submitted is this deck does not have a shortage of enablers or payoffs. So, Scargrounds is a payoff for Vlad dealing damage to your things, but we also have Scarthane Stefan, which deals damage which gets bigger when it survives. We have Crimson Disciple, which deals damage when it survives. We've got the Scar Mother here at the top end, who gets huge and already has Overwhelm whenever she survives. And then, in addition to Vlad, we also have the Tribeless here, which deals damage to all battling units. We have Ember Maiden, which deals damage every turn. So I really like that this build, on the surface, has a lot of redundancy in terms of what it's looking to enable. At the top end of the curve, we also have the incredibly cheeky Basilisk Bloodseeker here. So deal 1 damage to an ally and an enemy 4 times, which is kind of sweet when you pair it with the Scar Mother. So like if you're attacking on odds, you can turn 6 Scar Mother and then turn 7 Basilisk Bloodseeker. And this is going to give 12 attack to the Scar Mother. And then you'll have, 20-some power with Overwhelm. And that's if you don't have Scargrounds in play. If you have Scargrounds in play, the Mother's going to get 4 attack for everything you do to it. So a lot of sweet synergies here. Interested to see if they're enough to be competitive, or maybe they're a little bit still too slow and clunky. So let's go ahead and dive on into some games with this and find out. We do have a Zoe emote in chat. It's a pretty good, just generic, like, tongue sticking out emote too, which is great. But it is also my favorite champion. Yeah, tough works with survive damage. So if you take 1 damage while you're tough, it still triggers survive damage. Hey, Cheeto, thank you very much for the Prime support. I really appreciate that. Welcome. I think I'm going to keep a Troll Chant, because having a combat trick like this is very good against Shen Fiora to randomly win combats. I'm going to mulligan the rest of these, looking for cheaper units to start. I'm gonna give someone a little bit of advice in chat. Someone just asked me in chat if I'm sick. It is very rude. The best comparison I have is showing up in a streamer's chat and asking if they're sick is a lot like asking a woman if she's pregnant. It's a very low upside question, because if they're not pregnant, you're just telling them they're fine. Whereas, like, if you're asking someone, hey, are you sick? Here are the 2 outcomes when you ask someone if they're sick while they're streaming. Either 1, they are sick and they know it and you're needling them about it. Or 2, they're not sick, but you're implying that they sound like shit and sound like they're sick. So no, I'm not sick. I just rolled out of bed about 20 minutes ago. It's early here. Starting a little bit earlier than I have been, because I want to fit in more Runeterra time. What Jeff's saying is, if a man sounds sick, ask him if he's pregnant. That's a strong line. If we can not get punked by this Fiora, the rest of our hand is, like, pretty okay. So yeah, we're attacking on odds here, so we might get to see Scar Mother into Bloodseeker like we talked about a second ago. The Tribeless here is also very sweet against all of my opponent's barriers, which is awesome. Actually, do I play this now? No, I'm gonna play this so I can attack this turn. So this deals a damage to all battling units as a trigger. And something to note here, this is something newer players often get confused about. The circle here on this attack trigger, and you can see it says when you mouse over it, this is a skill that allows for enemy reaction. So this circle is indicative of the fact that this is a trigger that's going to be placed on the stack that will resolve when both players click OK and say combat resolves. So this isn't something that just happens. It's something that players can respond to. More specifically, our opponent's deck can deny this trigger if they have it. So, if I troll chant here, this is taking 4 and surviving. Okay, and they end up getting out of it here, but like, you know. So now the question is, am I going to be able to not die to the Fiora alt win con here? Troll Chant's a decent pickup, but I'm out of mana, unfortunately. I think I just say okay here. I think I'm just supposed to concede. I think I'm just supposed to okay being dead to riposte plus single combat here, which is what they have. So I could play this slower, but I think there's a good chance that even if I play it slower, I really hope the opponent's deck gets patched in. Something gets nerfed in it in the next patch. I think their deck's definitely on the edge of too strong. It's one of the best performing decks in the format. It's very, very difficult to play against. The alt win con is just so brutal. Honestly, Fiora should probably go to 5. I'm thinking about how the opponent's deck plays, the Fiora deck should probably go to 5 units to kill to win. I've been thinking about what I would change in that deck. That's probably the line, is make Fiora need to kill at least one more thing. Yeah, good game, press a pick. Good luck the rest of your laddering today. What are your opinions on Shen Fiora press a pick? Do you think it's at an okay power level, or would you like to see it adjusted? Toxic deck. What do you think about making Fiora need to kill more things? What if she went to 5 or 6 things she had to go? I think I'm just mulliganing for cheap units again here. See, I don't think Shen's the problem. I disagree that Shen's the problem. I think adjusting Shen isn't good enough. This land is ours. Ray K, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Good morning. Yeah. Like that last game, for example, press a pick. I feel like so many of my games against Shen Fiora come down to like what that last game came down to, which was that like I was gonna have a chance to kill you next turn, and then you alt win con me with Fiora. Like I feel like so many of my games are that. Yeah, I think what's it called? I think that, The Winter's Claw. I think River Shaper could be a possible nerf too. I don't know. I kind of like the idea of getting rid of Fiora though, or making Fiora harder to combo with. Yeah. Destruction feeds my fire. It does, Wrath. Breathe it in. Yeah, if we would have been able to survive that last game, we would have been able to play Mother into Basilisk Bloodseeker and probably kill them, but again, the Fiora just combo killed us before we could get there.
pledge to Sejuani's service. I've bigger scars.
Yeah, honestly, I wouldn't, like, a Fiora would be the card that I would hit in Shen Fiora personally, because I think that, there's other Fiora decks that are also pretty obnoxious.
War Mason, reporting for duty.
Oh, I could block a 1/1. Yeah, because I missed it. This is tough already.
For the glory of Noxus.
Yeah, that's what I would do. I like to see Fiora bump to 5 or 6 kills, I think. Alright, so this is like a lethal open attacks, right? That's true, actually. They're probably... combat tricks are probably a good reason to actually not block there, so I can kill them on open attacks the next turn. Neko no Cheshire, good morning and welcome to the channel. Happy Wednesday, folks. Happy Eve of Christmas Eve to anybody who celebrates that. To everybody else, happy Wednesday. You can still have a wonderful winter holiday. Yeah, Ember Maiden is no joke. She's real good. I'll mulligan my top end, keep my cheap blockers. Yeah, we out lineared them very nicely. Yeah, like even this, right? Like this into this into this into this. Like when this attacks, it triggers all of these. We're making riposte cost a different mana amount could also be okay. I don't hate that. I don't know. I kind of just feel like the alt win count on Fiora is pretty easy to enable and feels kind of bad. So I feel like that would be the direction I would like to see them change it in. The Pessimistic, good morning. Welcome to Hoaglandia. Easy no blocks here. The question is, am I Scar Theining or am I Crimson Discipling? I think I'm opening on attacks and then just playing this. I think Fiora, I think that change your suggestion prayer rates is convoluted. And 2, I think it's actually kind of cool that Fiora has a way to enable her. Makes the holiday feel less special. Yes. Alright, if they have the make 3 ephemeral things here, we're going to be in a lot of trouble. It'll be interesting. I feel like Shen Fiora and Twisted Gohard are both things we could see change in January. Nah, I think that's completely... I think that's a completely bad statement, Ghosted. Again, the fundamental issue with Lee Sin is that he's self-enabling. I think it's fine that I think it's fine that protection and tricks exist, but you need to you have to need to spend cards on them. I don't think I'd play Riposte spell if it cost 5. Good. Think we do this and save these two? The Fiora decks win way more games than just the River Shaper games, is the thing.
So many tinies.
So many tinies. Like that last game against Precipic was a good example of like Fiora just doing Fiora things. Yeah, correct. It's just a good mid-range deck. Is an accurate summary, I think. Attack. Grant me 1 attack for each ephemeral ally you have.
Be still now.
This card, it's a 2/4 fearsome. Trading here is a little scary. Yeah, but like, so here's what you just described is not a good card, Innuendo. You said this 2/4 for 3 is a good card because he gets real big with Sharks and Plaza lets you pull blockers out of the way. If you have Sharks and a Plaza, you probably don't need to play a bad card to like do what you're doing. So like it's pretty much like the definition of a win more card, right? You're saying this card is good when you already have ideal situations set up for all these other reasons. Yeah, honestly, this is probably lethal. Yeah, right. I'm gonna die to this.
If they don't break, they'll burn. The few for the many.
Why does this attack seem wrong? Not necessarily, Tobias. 1, they could have more ephemerals in their hand. 2, if they don't attack with everything, I could block Lucian and then combat trick and kill Lucian. So I assume they either 1, have more ephemerals, or 2, want to guarantee that Lucian doesn't die in combat here. Yeah, the shark is very good in the opponent's archetype. I definitely agree that the opponent's deck is a great shark deck. Wow, that is.
Burn away the shadows.
Wait, what just happened? How did? Oh, I'm at 1 mana. I'm dumb. I thought I had more mana than that.
No one else?
Alright, I think we're dead, chip. I was like, wait, I thought I had 1 more mana. I was like, why didn't I get to play my thing? Because, okay. Alright, we're very dead. Alright. That's the wrong keyword. Landmark. Alright, chat. Get your scorched earths! Get your scorched earths here! Scorched Earth does, in fact, have a ton of synergy with this deck. Which is why I'm putting 3 copies of it in. Scorched Earths and the DL3 Destroy Landmark and be at 0, both very, very good. No, you just need to double attack me. Is just like double strike in Magic. It deals damage during quick attack and normal. So if you have enough toughness to survive the quick attack strike, you then also get to hit back when it does its normal strike. Our deck's an aggro deck. Braum is not an aggro card.
This land is ours.
Also, Scargrounds explicitly fights for space on your bench, and Braum is a card that takes a lot of bench slots. A non-Zoe day. Cool debate.
Brothers born from battle.
I don't remember before Braum in this deck. Yeah, I think I agree with that. I also, honestly, I look at decks before I load them up, and like after looking through the options in this, I think I don't really want a second champion.
Flames take you.
Oh, my favorite Zoe build is Zoe Lux. Sweet mid-rangey build.
Riven.
This would be a fine story.
Sejani's just really expensive.
Old eyes still see far and clear.
You think you're self-defended? Ha!
So I'm troll chanting here so my Ember Maiden doesn't die to her own trigger next turn. For people that are wondering why that's happening.
Kneel before me.
Yep, yeah, Zoe Lux plays Plaza. You can find my current preferred Zoe Lux build up on my website and my YouTube channel.
I'm absolutely parched.
Oh, she'll die to his trigger, right? I don't want that.
Let it flow.
Let it flow. Let it flow. Let it flow. Do 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 do. Oh, that's dumb. This is gonna die still because of this trigger.
Another day.
That's fine. We still save Vlad, but this fucker's dying. That's fine. He was gonna die next turn anyways, right?
A true Freljordian welcome.
True, Freljordian welcome. Alright, so he's about to get Culling Striked.
For the Empire. Make the Empire proud.
Great. Bloodseeker here gets to kill this.
Victory requires a sharp blade.
Okay, now we're killing that.
I will unite the Freljord.
You die here, Queen.
Your path ends here.
The type of tempo swing that this card's capable of generating seems really impressive, honestly. Like, being able to both kill a unit and add a chunky attacker to your board seems really strong. You get Harsh Winds here. Just Flash Freeze. Oh, and Brittle, sure. Well, I mean, they're down to one card, and I've still got two giant units in play.
Sharpen the blade, secure the kill.
Mother's home.
Burn!
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Remember the objectives. For the glory of Noxus. For glory, you are mine.
Solon, still in a pretty good spot here, all things considered.
Remember me.
This is bigger than most of the things my opponent can play out here. Vlad. Oh, and we can play both. Nailed it.
I'd never keep my guests waiting.
It's right to play this out as well because this could be a Harsh Winds. So I need this to have lethal guaranteed. Aren't you glad you drew him? He was in fact a 4+ power unit that could deliver lethal. That bud was trading. It's okay. Pelly can make that joke. He has kids. Yeah, sounds good. I don't think I need Troll Chain here. I think I'd rather mulligan looking for a curve filler after the Scargrounds. How about second Scargrounds? It's not great. One of the things I did cut from this deck to fit the thing we cut to fit in the landmark interaction was copies of Might, which not being able to give Overwhelm might be a mistake.
The winter's claw strikes.
Let's play this. We get a free attack into the Warden's Prey because this is tough. I'd rather wait for this to take damage until after I have Scargrounds in play. I think I'm okay trading this for both of these. Opponent's not going to have a fine time enabling this regardless. Rage quit! Thank you for the 14 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. I promise there's more Zoe decks in the queue. It just kind of worked out that we didn't... Today was the first day there weren't 3 Zoe decks right at the very top. Alright, so we're going to get hit for a chunk here, huh? Getting hooked, taking 7, 8, 9 down to 10. Okay, we've got Big Mama combo. They have the Scargrounds in play too. Nah, I'm pretty sure I want a bunch of copies of Scorched Earth. That card's real good. We need a Zoe emote. Boy, do I have just the emote for you.
You must be supper.
What if this deck's supposed to be playing Avalanche?
Such a pretty thing.
That's kind of sweet. Do we play that? I think we play that, right?
You small or me big? Time to smash!
Do I want to trade this for here? I probably don't. Is it crazy? I'm just gonna end the round, actually. I'm gonna not kill more of their things. Like, this is their They Who Endure turn.
We'll take what we want. The rest will burn.
Oh, the butchery we'd commit together.
What does he want from me?
Okay, so... Overwrite you, deal 1 to you, deal 1 to you. So Big Mama's about to get real big, chat. 19-7 overwhelm and Vlad's gonna level. Nasa Noel.
Kneel before me.
Kneel before Vlad! Thank you for the 5 months, Nasa. I really appreciate that. Welcome back. Good morning. Look at this little baby enter! It's so cute! Casual attack for 60.
Bottoms up.
Bottoms up.
I want to go home.
Still dead. Still dead. Still dead. Ha ha! Alright. We got to do the thing. I don't know if this deck is good, but that is sweet. That is pretty fantastical. I can dig it. This card's felt kind of crappy so far. I kind of feel like I want some other cheap things at the very bottom end of my curve. Riven's good. So the problem with Riven is my curve. Press a pick. I have too many 3s. No, I think we don't need Pharaoh. That's something I'm gonna cut. I want to take the curve and drag it down. Lemons, Limes, Evens, and Nulber, welcome to Hoaglandia. If you're new to the channel like those folks, we play a ton of different constructed decks here. This deck, like many of the decks, is a viewer submission. So if you have a sweet deck that you'd like to see played on stream at some point in the future, you can check out details on how to submit that on my website. No, I don't want 4 drops, chat. I want like 1 and 2 drops. So unscarred Reaver actually sounds fine. This could be fine. It's just like something cheap. It's technically on plan with us. I do like the idea of having something that gives overwhelm. Yeah, I cut the mites. I wonder, the copies of might seem fine. Maybe we split the transfusions. You want to split... You want to replace Scarthane with Riven. I could see that. I still have plenty of payoffs. And like this is another payoff that we're adding. I can see that. What if we do that and instead of playing Might we play Riven? I don't hate that. I'm gonna play 1 cheeky copy of Might over Transfusion. I'm not sold on all the transfusions. Let's try it. It can't hurt to try. Riven making us overwhelm seems good. Really been enjoying the Zoe Victor deck, so thanks. Hey, I'm glad you're enjoying it. That one I can't really take credit for. That one, just like this one, was something that a Hoaglandian sent in for us to play. Yeah, quick attack off of Riven is nothing to scoff at either. Alright, so Leona, Aurelion Sol, probably a Plaza deck. So I think I'm full mulliganing here. Not only would I like a piece of Plaza removal in my opener, but again, just like looking for lower curve things to start. Our landmark of our own to start is also nice.
I'll try anyone once.
I'll try anyone once.
My turn.
The power of the immortal sun. Sunlight blinds.
I don't think I play this.
Answer to me.
Yeah, they're pretty guaranteed to attack there, I think.
In the War Mother's name.
In the War Mother's name.
Destruction feeds
I think I'd rather get this going than get her going. I can see that going either way, though. Huh? I think with Scargrounds in play, this is too important to attack with, but I'm gonna go ahead and offer this trade to start.
Try to leave a dent.
Plaza is being played in most Demacia decks. The card is very good. My sequencing here is bad. I should pass back to them and wait and see if they play anything, because if they have another Plaza, they're guaranteed to play it
I
now.
was born in battle and raised by war.
Yeah, like this dies now, right? Because of the Ember Maiden?
Last light.
The strength of the sun and my faith are one. Channel our power!
Go on, gift me a scar.
Gift me a scar.
Not be broken!
We're gonna have real good open attacks here, chat. You got it.
Another fine scar!
With this draw, I'm supposed to open attacks, right?
Hi-ya! They'll never feel the cold.
Focus on me!
Man, Scarmother is sick.
At last, a way forward.
I have a problem with card disadvantage. All right, I'm gonna let you in on the dirty little secret about card games. Did you see that game right there? Do you see how my opponent died with 7 cards in their hand? That attack was a 7 for 1. The best card advantage in your aggro deck is killing your opponent while they still have cards in your hand. So the mistake a lot of players make is taking their aggro decks and making them less aggressive and more interactive and generating more card advantage. Don't like make your a deck that's trying to be aggressive slow and clunky because you want to draw cards. Instead, just kill them. It was a well formatted recommendation. I agree. Just for the record, that was a good example of a good card recommendation.
In the War Mother's name.
I agree. I applaud the effort that was put into that.
Claw strikes.
It feels bad to be low on cards. Sure, and like, if you're someone that wants to have lots of cards constantly, don't play an aggro deck. play a mid-range or a control deck that's going to be able to do what you're interested in doing. So they're definitely attacking. Am I playing Riven or am I playing Scargrounds? There's some appeal to getting this going, but honestly, Scargrounds plus double Ember Maiden sounds absurd. Alright, take 7.
Fire knows its own.
No joke, Mez IP. There is a GP Swain deck under the control section of my website. I think the deck's super reasonable. It does not, Greeny T. Tough is an ability you can only have once. Yeah, so double Ember Maiden will chew through their board. However, we need to be careful because Ember Maiden does deal damage to our face as well.
Fight or die. I'll take everything.
You'll regret when I lift this! Embers and smoke, dance in the flames.
Huh?
Lift with your back, not wait.
I think I'm just supposed to full trade off here.
Embers and smoke.
I think this is right, because otherwise with 2 Ember Maidens I was going to take too much damage otherwise. And like, I want to just survive to get to like Scar Mother plus Ember Maiden here. And then I think I Riven here to start getting the blade going. That could be wrong. Now I'm going to play the Ember Maiden so I can Scar Mother next turn. The Ember Maiden will kill this, and that'll have a decent open attack as well here. Perfect, and we've got Mother combo rolled up. Mother.
We'll take what we want. The rest will burn.
The rest will burn. We about to get Harrowinged? Usually Endure doesn't play Harrowing.
Everyone's a garden.
Damask, thanks for the follow. Alright, we're about to die to an Endure, chat.
I cannot be broken.
Everything comes down to this turn. Guaranteeing Vlad on 5. I don't think guaranteeing Vlad on 5 is necessarily great. It also doesn't do that, right? Because we have 2 5-power things.
The past is a burden we must learn to bear.
So we're dead to atrocity no matter how we cut it, right? And that's what's about to happen. That's true. Top deck Scorched means we're not dead to it, because Ember Maiden's going to deal damage to it.
No mercy for cowards.
Oh, that card being quick speed is rough. Yeah, they definitely have Atrocity. So, we had a chance to draw our 3 of, and we missed it. So, that whole game basically came down to the fact that my opponent got to attack on odds, right? Like, had we been the one attacking on odds, we would have been able to go Mother into our deal 1 damage 4 times card and then kill them before they got to Atrocity, so... We didn't draw our interaction, and they were attacking on odds. There wasn't really a whole lot we could do there. Yeah, the entire game came down to odds versus evens. Key51, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Good morning. Honestly, this hand seems great. We're attacking on odds too, which seems good.
I've got this. When will I find peace? I won't fail.
Just gonna attack for a bunch here. A double Vile Feast. Hey, Moon Boots, thanks for the sub gift. Good morning to you and yours. And this is the downside of being an interactive deck, right? Like, we've drawn double Scorched Earth now in a matchup where it's really not good.
So many tinies.
Yeah, the opponent's playing Mono Anivia, so the Intrigue guarantees draws them Anivia. They are notably 1 mana short of playing something here. My attack doesn't really accomplish a lot here. I think I'm going to burn their mana. Because, like, next turn I'm going to be able to give Overwhelm with my blades. Yeah, the Anivia deck is the closest thing to a do-nothing control deck in Runeterra for sure.
I've dressed for the occasion. In red.
In red. So, Overwhelm, 2 attack, quick attack,
Make these pieces whole.
and then I don't think we're playing the actual blade out here because I want to get an attack in before they can, what's it called, babe? Before they can, ruinate me. Berlium, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Good morning. Wow, we're up to 700 people without a host. Is nobody else on? Oh, Alan's off this morning. Got it. Sweet. Well, thanks everybody for dropping in. We're attempting to kill this. What if instead we didn't? So we can give this 2 and give you minus. And then we get to go ahead and weapon hilt here, which will double up because that's our first attack buff for the round. And this is actually lethal if they have nothing else. Marion, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel. For folks that are new, I stream full-time here. I do Runeterra stuff 5 to 6 days a week in the mornings like this. Rats. So she is unfortunately going to die to these triggers.
My glory.
Zoe Victor or Riven Victor from a pure fun standpoint? Well, I think Zoe's the most fun thing you can do in Runeterra, so definitely that one. One of the other good things to note, if you're new to my YouTube content, I do this while we're streaming live, obviously, because it's my YouTube is archives of my live stuff. But at the end of every deck that I play, I do a wrap-up segment. So if you're interested in my thoughts on something and don't want to watch the entire video to start, you can just take a peek at the wrap-up segment and see what my final thoughts are on it. I always try to mention like things I like, things I didn't like, things I think could be improved, etc. I like Riven a lot, but people say she's the weakest new champion. What do you think? I think discussing whether or not she's the weakest or the strongest is, like, mostly arbitrary. Like, Runeterra is a game where there's lots of good playable cards. So, like, even if Riven can be the weakest of the 3 new champions, and she's still very playable. Hey, J-Rock, thank you for the absurdly generous tier 3. I really appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around.
Who was Dad?
Yeah, like, all 3 of these new champions are excellent. All 3 of the new champions are great. Yeah, end up being a little bit short here, it looks like. Yeah, that's a good way to do it, Sadie. And I've definitely had that feedback from other people too, that's what they do. They check out the wrap-up section and then go back to watch the rest to see if the wrap-up makes it sound like it's worth playing. Another good way too, I have 2 YouTube channels. So the highlights YouTube channel, all of the decks that end up on the highlights channel are good. But obviously not all our decks can be great. So when you watch the full stream archives channel, there's a number of duds on there. Fredbear, thanks for the follow. Good morning. Yeah, like, and this is a game where, like, you know, games like this make me wish I had a sideboard in Runeterra, because, like, if these were cards that had text boxes right now, we would probably be winning this game. They're at 2, and we're gonna be hard pressed here now. You're smaller, me big. We won, didn't we? Maybe? The Vlad trigger might get them. Yeah, they have double grasped already, so there's a good chance that's most of their healing. Their attacks with these only kill this. Nah, I think that's being super results-based, Bub Jinx. You want me to save the 3-1? No, I think I want to hold the troll chant to save the tireless tribe here. I want to save my overwhelmed dork.
Wrapped in cold silence.
Time.
Oh no! Wait, if they don't deal 1, do they get to gain it? Oh, nice stuff. The spider doesn't matter. This Vlad's gonna deal 2. Alright, they need another way to gain life. Ha! Got him by this much. Nice. Made it out even with the dead cards there, which is sweet. Hello, our Karma. Thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Good morning. Riven, yeah, Riven looked great. I agree. Pulling the curve down. This set's been a good example of tuning a deck so far. Like taking the curve and pulling it down in other places so we could fit Riven in as a second champion is working out really well so far. In the initial draft of what we had, Riven didn't really fit in curve-wise, but because we cut a 3-drop for a 1-drop, we were able to fit it in. Yeah, this deck has gotten to pop off a few times now. Honestly, the biggest standout in my mind from this set so far is Scar Mother plus that 7-drop has felt quite absurd. Scar Mother plus Basilisk has felt good. We're attacking on evens, which actually means Riven starts reforging sooner. I think I'm going to full mulligan, or I'm going to mulligan these, keep her. Look for some 1s and 2s, potentially. Hey, Otts, thank you for the 14 months. Really appreciate that. Welcome back. Good morning. Having 9 enablers for Scargrounds has felt excellent, too. Tribliss, Vladimir, and the Ember Maiden, all of those working well with that has been good. How dependent are we on drawing Scargrounds? You know, not super. The Scar Mother is another payoff for things that damage your stuff, which is great, and like things like these are payoffs too, technically.
Break the ties that bind.
This hand's not awkward at all. This hand is slow, but it has a very reasonable curve, and this mana we're not using in the first 2 turns is going to get used on Troll Chant eventually, so this hand is slow, but I think it's fine. Landon, thank you for the biddies for Gangplank, Thresh, Boom Ship. Sounds good. I'll get that added in after we're done today. Don't we suffer against aggro or burn? Can you tell me why we suffer against aggro? Please explain. Instead of me telling you you're wrong, tell me why you're right. Lay your game theory on me. I'll learn my scars. Just open a text there, actually. Azure Velks, thanks for the follow. Good morning. Yep, you got it. That's a punish for not playing Scargrounds out. They probably have Flock anyways, though. So what's my curve gonna look like? So I probably want to play a 5 next turn, which likely means I want to get this down this turn. Because I can go one of these next turn into the other on 6 attack, which seems ideal.
Can you improve perfection?
I think we go Scargrounds now into this, and then we get to level Vlad on our attack on 6. Deca Vanilla, thanks for the follow. Good morning. No Flock yet. That's great. Dipkey, good morning. Welcome to the channel.
Witness perfection. Meatbags.
Meatbags. Maku Parts, welcome to the channel, Meatbag. Unless you're secretly also a robotic thing from the future. In which case, apologies. I think this thing's voice lines are some of my favorite out of the new set. They really did a good job with the sound design and all the augment creatures. Okay, there's the flock we were expecting. Is it worth troll chanting to save here? I haven't hit overwhelm yet. Oh, it doesn't save you, right? Because she's not tough yet. Never mind.
I failed.
Just kidding. if you are a bot from the future, does that make you a view bot? I think that's the case. Huh? Now this one would save it. I think I'm gonna save this here. I agree with that assessment, Boneless. I think this is one of the best cards in the set.
I've dressed for the occasion in red.
In red. It's a little unfortunate. Am I attacking with Vlad here?
Let's see what they're made of.
Am I okay trading this for this? I think I am, actually.
Safety disengaged.
Mother's home! Mommy?
We'll take what we want. The rest will burn.
Oh, the butchery we'd commit together.
The butchery we'd commit together. This curve has been incredibly powerful. Mama's gonna kill a man. Have lots of overwhelming power. Do 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 do. Mother knows best, chat. Burn it all down.
Ready for the fight.
No one else?
Pity is for the weak.
I mean, Flock doesn't kill either of these here, right? Because they get tough. Buff Simba, thank you for the follow. Dilapidation, welcome to the channel. I mean, if they have Scorched Earth, they have infinite Scorched Earth targets, right? Yeah, and this gives Vlad regen, so like Scorched Earth is not a card worth playing around because they have a target for it regardless. And like because I have Scargrounds, it doesn't really matter how much life my things have because they're gonna be tough. So Basilisk is gonna be good next turn regardless. Feberon, thanks for the follow. Good morning.
Kneel before me.
Girdle, thanks for the sub-gifties. Good morning. You had to jump back over Dude Light. I was like, you just gave a budge. I want you to know that Dude Light showed up last night and was upset that they weren't first. So. Mr. Cardi, thanks for the follow. Good morning. Oh, Transfusion's nice here, too. All right, mama. The awkward part about going to 23 power here is I can't make a Taylor Swift reference because it's more than 22.
Another fine scar.
Ooh, that's, you know. Man, she was gonna get real big. Is Vlad playable? I'm a Magic player, but I got on a real LOR kick at the moment. Thanks for all the stuff on your website. Love trying the new decks. Hey, Rat Freak. I'm glad you're enjoying Runeterra. I definitely think Runeterra is the best card game on the market. There's a reason why I jumped over to this one. For those that are new to the channel, I've been a full-time content producer here on Twitch for a long time. I did Magic content for the last few years. In October, started playing Runeterra over the summer, June, end of May, early June. And then in October, I dropped Magic altogether to focus on Runeterra. It's definitely my favorite card game out there at the moment. Rhoda Bagel, thanks for continuing your sub. I really appreciate that. Oh, I should update the mobalytics with the changes that we've made. That's something I haven't done yet. Fiora, Zoe, Orion, Sol. I think I'm gonna mulligan these, keep the 2-3. For those that are new to the channel, by the way, I know this isn't something that people always do, so I like to point it out. You'll notice in the stream title, there is a list of deck names. All of the deck names in my stream title are decks that I'm going to be playing today in the order in which I'm going to be playing them. If you want to see what cards are in the upcoming decks that we're going to be playing later today, there's a stream queue on my website that lists all of the upcoming decks both today and in the future. Most of what I play here on this channel is viewer submissions, so you can see all the viewer submissions waiting to be played up there. Lot of great stuff. It's also a great place to poke in for deck ideas. It's not just me putting things in there, it's but community members as well, so. Well, we have Mother Combo rolled up here. We'll see if we can survive to get there. Uncle Fuzznuts. Oh, Twitch usernames. Welcome to Hooglandia. It's my current favorite deck. I think Zoe Lux probably. I need to just pass for now. I'm only burning 1 mana, and I really don't want to play out another 0-3 for this to just be able to eat.
I'd never keep my guests waiting.
Demolitions? I don't think so, Pelly. I think I'd rather have... You're correct that Demolitionist is a better 1-2 curve, but outside of that 1-2 curve, I think I'd rather have the other card. I think I want to attack this into a combat trick here. I'd rather just burn their mana given the option. Useless Kids, thank you for the follow.
We'll take what we want. The rest will burn.
The rest will
We'd
burn.
commit together.
Yeah, I agree, Precipic. She invalidates a lot of cards. Very, very strong threat. If Fiora doesn't have a good attack for them here, Bloodseeker next turn could be real good. Even without the Scargrounds. So how does this work? If this is just one trigger, right? So if I target her, she's not going to take any damage? Is that how that works? Or does it block just the first point? No damage. I'm pretty sure it's no damage at all. The Brickster and Zix, thanks for the follows. Welcome to the channel. Good morning.
Justice will be served.
So, if I do this pre-combat, Vlad levels, but there's really no reason to give them that information, right? Because, like, the Vlad level just drains instead of dealing damage, and I'm at 20, so... And I can level him before damage happens with this still inside of combat and not let them know that it's coming. Abyssal, thanks for the 24 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. And this is +5 attack right now. So gonna give this +3 and then +2 to something else. They're hopefully still just dead here.
One suffers,
Behold! My glory!
My glory. Good night. Scar Mother Basilisk has been the real deal so far today. It deals 1 damage 4 times, Masha Peak. And the fact that Basilisk enables 4 out of 5 points on Vlad's level up is also really good. Alright, let me update Mobilytics here for people that want this Riven build. Riven's felt like a good addition. I like where we've ended up at here so far. Dash Penguin, thanks for the follow. Good morning. Morning, Hangdren. Honestly, this hand seems kind of great, right?
I learned my scars. Reality is just your mind crumbling under what it doesn't understand, silly.
Running Ruination and Vengeance. I don't think that's really true. Like, Ruination is a card that you've always had the tools to play around, and Vengeance is a card that trades down on tempo. So I don't really agree with your assessment there that Shadow Isles is strictly to blame for Vlad being good or bad. What a weird block. Why would you block like that? Did they forget? Maybe they forgot about Tough? This is a viewer submission that we've been working on this morning.
Fire knows it's
Definitely playing this out here so we can get this some attacks. So if they play Fiora, we're not just dead. And I understand what you're saying, and I'm telling you I disagree with your assessment. I think your assessment is wrong. And I explained why I think your assessment is wrong. They have standalone. Okay, that makes sense. I think I just take... So, as much as I want to play this card, I think I take the pass to guaranteed kill this, right? Like, I take the pass, this dies, I open attacks for 9.
Riven. Snuffed out. The Scar Maidens will know my name.
Little bit sad to draw this after taking that pass, but it is what it is. I think my opponent expected me to make a play there, and then we didn't, and it was probably pretty good that we didn't.
Fight or die.
Double Troll Chant should mean we're in a pretty okay spot here.
Lord and Master. Hello, my darling.
For the people in chat, this is something I've seen people do in other chats too a lot. It's really tough to be accurately critical of my opponent's plays because we don't know what cards are in their hand. So, like, I think the read that they had a standalone is good, and I think the one thing, if we assume they had a standalone, that can be critical of their play there is the pass into my Ember Maiden with their Butterfly was probably the big mistake. I think they expected me to play a card out, and then they would get to pump their Butterfly so it wouldn't die, and I correctly didn't do that and took the pass to kill their only threat. I think that priority pass specifically is one that's almost assuredly wrong, but the other decisions they made that game, it's hard to know whether or not they were right or wrong without the context of what's in their hand. Moot and Invade, thanks for the follows. Welcome to the channel. We're going to play 1 or 2 more with this Vlad deck, and then we're going to shift gears and play some Feel the Rush GP Sajani. For folks that are new to the channel, I usually play each deck for about 60 minutes to 2 hours, somewhere in there, and then we shift gears. We always get a lot of variety every day that I stream. Prefer not to grind one deck endlessly. Usually do 3 or 4 different decks each day. Alright, so Misfortune Garen. There's value in mulliganing for our landmark removal here, so I think I'm going to keep the 2-drop and mulligan the rest. The Zoe block makes sense if they have standalone.
In the War Mother's name.
In the War Mother's name.
The Winter's Claw strikes. Ha!
Hopefully we can dodge Plaza Double Trouble. I think I have to pass here because of Double Trouble. I need to hold up Troll Chant.
The Winter's Claw.
Fortune favors the bold.
This card's really good against Misfortune, specifically.
The ocean charts our course.
I think we do this into Mother next turn. Am I saving this? I feel like I'm not. I feel like Troll Chant has more value later. I guess this gets to attack into here. I can save this now, right? I think this one's worth saving. She's gonna get real big.
Worthy of the Winter's Claw.
I don't have an accent. I grew up with a speech impediment. I live in central Illinois.
Flee now or burn.
For king and country. Brave or stupid?
We can let Misfortune. That's true. Scargrounds is really funny against level Misfortune. Now, something to worry about on future turns is Garen's Judgment, potentially. Sharp Sight. Yeah, is he gonna... We're killing the troll, sure. You're in the Peoria area. Okay, yeah, I live in Bloomington, normal. Actually, you went to school at ISU. I did my master's degree at ISU. I grew up in the Chicagoland area, and then my wife and I moved down here so I could go to grad school. Yeah, it is a really good school. I think we're Scar Thaining and then doing this to pump Mom up some more. Burn Bolt, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Bigger, welcome as well. Are we letting this die? How old am I? I will be 30 years old in 2 weeks. 15 days, January 7th. Officially becoming old. Yep. Trans. I kind of want a transfusion here, from here to here.
This will be a fine story.
Love ya. Worthy of the winter's claw. Ow! My first scar.
I want to wait to play this out because I don't want them to be able to hook and kill it.
That's Captain Fortune.
Trick shot. Thanks for the follow. Good morning.
Ow! My first scar.
Well, Scar Reaver's seen some stuff, chat.
Destruction feeds my fire.
Scar Reaver's been going through some things.
Burn.
Just another winter. Call the weak in fire.
Fear is the first of many foes.
Man, I really like where we ended up at with this. The big thing that there's a couple of things that stand out in my mind from this deck. The first, and this is the reason why I think this deck felt so cohesive and reasonable, is that the ratio of payoffs and enablers in this deck is really good. So we've played other Scarground Ember Maiden decks on stream since Scargrounds released, and the big thing that always felt bad about them was when you didn't have Ember Maiden with your Scargrounds, the two decks felt kind of disjointed, like it didn't come together well. But in addition to Ember Maiden enabling Scargrounds, we have Tribeless and Vlad and Bloodseeker that all enable it. And then in terms of payoffs, Scargrounds isn't our only payoff, right? Scar Mother was super impressive throughout that set and was an excellent payoff. Scarthane and Reaver were excellent payoffs. So we had, a dozen payoffs and a dozen enablers, and the deck felt really cohesive. We were able to do what we wanted to do very consistently. The addition, we started off with only one champion, and the addition of Riven felt really fantastic. Just a good rate unit that also allows us to enable Overwhelm for our Reavers and our Scarthane here. Felt super sweet. If you're looking for this deck, you can always find the decks that we are playing by typing !decks in chat to find my Mobalytics page. I try to keep that up to date. This version is up to date on there. We're going to wrap on this deck for the day. If you didn't catch all of it, we played it for about 90 minutes. It'll end up on my Stream Archives YouTube channel later, although I suspect this will probably end up in a shorter highlight video as well. I don't think survival skill solves any problems that we have. We're not done for the day though, so don't go anywhere. We're going to go ahead and shift some gears to our next viewer submitted deck. We're going to play some Feel the Rush GP Sajani. Let me just make sure this one is up on Mobalytics. It looks like it is. Thanks for the follows, folks. Ultra Lol, Tuodef, welcome to the channel. Really awesome to see a ton of people in here this morning. I appreciate y'all stopping by.